I hate doing these emergency crypto lives. Well, I mean, I like doing them, but I don't appreciate the situation of shit going down and everything is dropping. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean the reason, right? But yeah, it's important enough, at least for me, to just make a quick appearance here to follow up on my live stream from, I don't know, was it like 5 days ago or something? And say, obviously, and then I'm going to go into my predictions, right? So I'm going to comment on my, follow up on my last live stream, say if I was right or wrong, and then I'm going to go into my predictions for like the next few months and later this year. Okay. So, um, unless you're living under a rock right now, and I'm looking on the other screen, I'm looking at DOGE drop to 11 and a half cents. Hasn't been down there since, oh, well, I mean, it briefly hit it in January, and now it's even a little bit lower. And yeah. Okay. Anyway, okay. So in my last live stream, first of all, I'll admit it, I was technically wrong. So I thought that we had hit the short-term bottom, like I said, until we then head up later into February, breaking 100K, Bitcoin breaking 100K before any larger pullback. And it looks like I was wrong. Bitcoin just dropped down to, what is it at now? 85,300, right? And in a way, this is, I mean, it sucks if you're trading leverage. And I will say just at least thankful a few hours ago. Hey, what's up? How's it going? See, you're watching my show, whoever that is. Yeah, I was just saying how a few hours ago I got out of my loans. So, I mean, I have some super long-term loans that I'm just not touching until we go into kind of more of like a bull market. But the short-term stuff I was down on some of them, bought in higher, I got a little bit too greedy. But I mean, these are not like make or break my life kind of loans. That just like it sucks, definitely losing money is never fun. But for safety, I just saw things were not holding. We're kind of keep touching the resistance on the downside, not the upside. And I was like, all right, well, better take a loss now than have these loans get liquidated, which is exactly what happened to me when we had the huge liquidation ritual of, was it a few months ago? When was it? Let me look it up. You guys know what I mean, though. Like we had a huge wick here in November. Yes, I think that was November. Bitcoin at 80,000 and a half out of nowhere. And yeah, and I got liquidated on a lot of shit, and that was not fun. So better take the loss now than lose everything, right? So yeah, I will say though, and the reason for this, now you're probably wondering why this is happening, or lots of the talking heads. I'm just going to give my opinion. Lots of the talking heads have some reason or some news, or there's always some kind of bullshit. But I think it's just as simple as when one thing goes up, another thing must come down, right? It's just kind of the law of the universe. Everything is give and take, ebb and flow, and specifically right now, the thing that's going up are precious metals, like I mentioned in my last live stream. Gold, silver, platinum, all that stuff, copper. They're just in the insane kind of blow off top. Everyone's going crazy for them. That's all, all over the news. That, you see people who never bought gold or silver in their entire lives. Now they're going to their local coin store, or now they're ordering it online, right? Which is when it's already like 2, 3, 4x over the last 6 months. Like, people always want, let's say people, the average Joe who's not well educated on this, who doesn't like study the markets and not into trading or into investing so much, they just kind of see it over and over every day. They see, oh my God, gold hit a new high, silver hit a new high, and it's just like, okay, so they jump on the bandwagon at the last minute. Exactly what they do when Bitcoin's hitting new all-time highs, and Doge is, Elon Musk is on Saturday Night Live saying Doge to the moon and all that shit. That's when people want it. And I know because I've lived through it. I've had my friends, like literally, actually a friend on that back when Doge just hit the all-time high. Elon Musk Saturday Night Live. I had a friend who never bought Doge before, literally call me say, "Hey Jordan, you're the crypto guy. How do I do this?" And I was just like, Yeah, I wouldn't buy it now, but you never know. And that's the thing, you never know where the top is. Like I thought, now just real quick on silver, and gold, and a lot, not just me, a lot of people were saying, okay, like, yeah, it's going to go up. And I knew it was going to go up, but I thought, okay, maybe we'd stop at $90 an ounce or definitely 100, because that's like a psychological number. Like maybe it hits 100 and or 101, 105, and it stops. No, but it just keeps going. So you never, that's the hardest thing to say. The long-term trends are a little bit easier, but the hardest thing to predict is where the top is, the exact top and the exact bottom. So I still feel like to my prediction of last time, I still feel like I was right in a sense that I said, all right, crypto is going down, the metals are going up. I mean, just kind of echoing that the sentiment and the trend was correct. I just was wrong about the actual top of metals and the actual bottom of cryptos. So it looks like, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for swinging by. Hey, yeah, feel free to ask me any questions. These are very informal. I don't know if you've seen this before, but I kind of just rant about my feelings about the market, my favorite cryptos, or just whatever I feel like, regarding cryptos. And then if you want to jump in with a question, I'm happy to answer it. How old are you? I don't know. How old are you? Age is just a number, isn't it? But I will say what's more important than age is that I have been in the crypto market since 2016. So I've kind of seen it all. I've made all the mistakes in the book, and I've actually made some videos on the mistakes I've made, so you guys could learn from my lessons. But I'm still here. That's the main thing. Still here, and we're gonna get through this together, guys. So I think we're almost, almost through the worst of it. I mean, sure, it could go lower tomorrow, next week, but in the next week or two, this is really kind of the final blow off top of metals, at least for the short term, for the next, few months, and it's the final low of the cryptos before we see a reversal. So, oh, 11. Hey, dude, I wish I got into this stuff at 11. Okay, cryptos didn't exist, to be fair. That'll give you a hint of my age. Cryptos were not, I don't think, when I was 11. I mean, I don't know. When was this Bitcoin? I have to double check the Bitcoin white paper, the Satoshi Nakamoto, when he published his white paper. I mean, no one really knew about Bitcoin back then. It was just like a scientific thing. But anyway, yeah, cool. So good for you getting into this early. And yeah, you can call me Crypto Explained. And if you watch, I actually just said my name. If you watch the replay of this, not yeah, the video of this, I'm going to publish it after. Then you'll see me mention my name. Um, just slipped out, but I'm trying to stay anonymous here, semi anonymous. Um, just more because it's fun, and also just like I just prefer. I'm talking about cryptos, financial stuff. It's just like I don't want to put my name and social security number out there for the world. I actually have had my identity stolen before, which is this why I'm so careful about that stuff a few years back, and that was not fun. So yeah. So anyway, where was I? Okay, so yeah, so we're getting the final blow off of the metals and the final blow down, blow down. What do you call it? The final drop of cryptos, and that's going to reverse. And I was just listening to a Coins Kid. He's a great YouTuber. Typically focuses on XRP, but and Bitcoin, and talk about some others, but mainly XRP. And he's very, very good, a very good analyst. And he was saying that he's expecting this final drop. And actually, that's why I sold. I just mentioned how I sold my loans, or at least got rid of my loans, like the short term stuff, because I saw his video. It's like, and he was predicting we were going to go lower, and I was like, okay. And that was from yesterday. I was like, all right, well, this kind of makes sense, and it does look like things are not going to go up anytime soon. So that was just for safety. If for any spot positions, I am not selling at all. Like I don't give a shit how much down I'm down right now, but my crypto spot positions, I am just holding and weathering the storm. So Jeff, I can't read this. Jeffessi Bereth, A250 wrote, some of my home jummined in the trash. So homie, so I don't get what you're trying to say. Maybe if you can rephrase that. But yeah. Anyway, we're almost through this. It might be another couple days, could be a couple weeks. I don't think it's going to be more than a couple weeks. I mean, we're really getting to the point where everyone's going crazy about metals. This really can't go up much higher. I mean, sure, a few more percentage. Again, the hardest thing to predict is the exact tops and exact bottoms. So who knows what the final local high will be on gold and silver, but All I know is we're really, really getting close. When everyone, the Uber drivers talking about it, you hear it all over the news. That's how you know you're going to get into the peak of things. So I have a little bit of metals, not as much as I would like. But believe me, non-financial advice, if you could use the cash, now is an amazing time to sell your metals. And I heard somewhere, like watching some videos and podcasts and stuff, how the local coin store dealers are saying that everyone's just going there to buy, or the majority, people are going to not buy, to sell. Like no one's buying them at these prices. These are just manipulated prices. So the guys with the big pockets can, unload everything at a really high premium. And that's kind of how the game is played. Same with cryptos. We're just in the reverse with cycle of cryptos right now. I meant jumped. Oh, okay. Some of my homie jumped in the trash. Yeah. Sorry. Well, but I'm German. Ah ja, ich kann auch Deutsch. Also liebe Englisch schnacken, damit die meisten Leute können mich verstehen. Aber ja, ich spreche sehr gern Deutsch. I just said in German, like I can speak German. I just keep this in English because, first of all, it's easier for me, but I also love speaking German. But then again, I want everyone to understand it. So yeah, okay. Woher kommst du, wenn ich fragen darf? Which means, where are you from, if I may ask? Okay, we're not going to turn this into like a German English language session, but I do love the opportunity to speak German when I can. Wie heißt du? Hey, yeah. No, like I said earlier, like you can watch the video replay, and I mentioned my name at one point. But you can call me Crypto Explained for now. But yeah, so once we get through this, okay, once we get through this insanely difficult, annoying, depressing part of the crypto cycle, which will be in the next couple days, couple weeks, that'll be the local bottom. Everything I said, predicted in past videos is still true. I still believe we're going to break 100K Bitcoin. And maybe you're wondering where those profits, where's the liquidity coming from to push Bitcoin up, and then with it the rest of the alts, because they always follow Bitcoin, and that will come from gold. And this is not just my original idea. This is what Coins Kid was saying, and it just resonated with me. It just makes sense. Everyone who's invested in precious metals, especially gold, has the highest market cap, but gold and silver, right? They're going to have sitting on tons of profits, tons of easy money, right, from the metals, and they're like, okay, well, what's on discount? What's on sale? Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Bitcoin at 80K, maybe Doge at 10 cents or below. Oh, XRP at a dollar, 50 or below. Everything's going to be on bargain, so it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you? So yeah, and then they're going to run up the cryptos just like they're doing now with the precious metals. But anyway, hey, by the way, thanks for hanging out, guys. Just want to say I really appreciate it. If you have any other questions besides what's my name, but questions about the market or metals or whatever, like about specific cryptos, feel free to ask them while you have me here. I'll stream a couple more minutes, and then I got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, so we're kind of going through the worst of it now. Just hang in there. That's kind of the core of my message here. It's not fun for me like it is for anyone else, unless for those of you who actually have metals, and then it's really fun. Then you can then you can go shopping on basically anything right now. It's like pretty much anyone in the history of who's ever bought gold and silver is in profit right now. And that's when it's probably a good time to de-risk and sell a little bit. Although I will say, caveat, in the longer term, let's say maybe even by later this year, or definitely by later next year, 2027, I still think the metals could be higher. I mean, at least gold. And probably platinum. I mean, silver is in an insane run up, so it could be higher, but I mean, I just would not be buying it. I don't know. It's just gone up so much now. Unless we get a pullback. If it goes below 100 again, or especially below, like, I don't know, 80 or 70, then definitely, silver sounds like it would be a great deal at those prices. But I would not touch it. Or I wouldn't even touch gold unless it got closer to $4,000 again. But ideally a little bit lower. There's just no like ROI. Like, what's the ROI there, right? It's just not existent compared to like, let's say Doge at 11 cents now, Bitcoin at 85K, and probably go a little bit lower. All the, whatever. Name your favorite top blue chip crypto. They're all on sale. So yeah, I meant peed. What? I don't know what you mean. I meant peed. Said hi. Okay. Anyway, so that's my main message for today. Yeah, just hang in there. I really feel bad if any of you are doing leverage trading or have loans like me. It sucks. I know. You just gotta weather the storm. Hopefully it's super low leverage that if you're okay with if it drops another 30, 40%, whatever, depending on the altcoin, right? Then you're fine. Just hang in there. But otherwise, yeah, like my loans are getting a little bit too over leveraged. So that's always like, okay, I'm gonna just cut my losses. But then, then when it gets time to go shopping, which is not, it's starting now, but like I said, at this point, I could still see it going a little bit lower. Although maybe we get a short-term bounce in the next couple days because we had a huge wick now to the downside. But then over the next week or two, maybe it goes a little bit a couple inches lower. But either way, I mean, just start to DCA if you have cash. Why not DCA now? That's no brainer. Okay, well, I mentioned in the last stream my favorite. I'll just recap here. That's why I'll end this up. I mentioned some of my favorite. I can't talk. My favorite top alts that are my largest bags that I would go shopping for when we're at the lows, which is now we're certainly getting close to the lows. So I will review those. Okay, so some of my largest bags or my strongest belief like that I will not sell ever, until I'm in major profit, but not now. So those include Bitcoin Cash, the original, was it from 2017? The very original Bitcoin fork. It's faster, cheaper than Bitcoin, the same supply, much lower market cap, has a great community and support behind it. Obviously not as much as Bitcoin, that's why it's a smaller market cap, but I mean, just for the value you're getting for what it's worth, was it at 500 something dollars, per Bitcoin Cash is just incredible compared to Bitcoin. And the chart versus Bitcoin is also very good. So it's not just like me saying all the value, but if you look at BCH versus BTC, it's a very good chart right now. Signaling longer term growth versus Bitcoin, which is really solid. Okay, that's one. Avalanche is kind of my favorite go-to alternative, like layer 1, layer 2, right? Obviously ETH is the king, but and there's some other ones, Sui, Ondo, are like slightly newer. And there's Near Protocol, also good, but I don't know. I chose Avalanche just because that's what I've had for years. I know they also have a strong community. They're in the top 20, I would say. I don't know the exact ranking they're at, but they're in the top, and they have a very they do a lot with great tech, a lot with DeFi, NFTs, gaming. So yeah, Avalanche is a no-brainer, and it's also super down compared to its all-time high, which was it above $80 is the all-time high, and now it's at like $10. That's pretty good for something in the top 20. So yeah, Avalanche, Doge as the original OG meme coin that everyone knows. It's in the top 5, definitely in the top 10. So yeah, Doge, again, huge community behind it, has the backing of Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, and some other billionaire. I can't remember right now, but yeah. Just, stick with the tried and true. And then, of course, the ISO 222s, which led by XRP as the gold of ISO 222. And along with XRP, typically will move around the same time or slightly after, but close enough. We have Stellar Lumens, XLM, also great tech. They're doing amazing things. The Stellar Foundation or whatever. And HBAR, which is a very close runner-up as well. So like those three are like the top 3, XRP, HBAR, XLM for ISO 222 compliance. And then of course there's a smaller cap, riskier ones. Like I mentioned before, XVG, we've talked a lot about that on this channel. And higher risk, higher reward. But I also like XVG Verge. It's a limited supply, everything that's already all the tokens are already out there in circulation, so they can't like print more. It's also been survived several bull cycles, and it's been out for years, so it's not going away. And then Algorand, also great tech, and also a lower market cap than the other ISO 222s. I don't know if it's lower than, I think it's higher than Verge, but I mean, it's still like a lower market cap, generally speaking. That's Algorand, and I have some of that as well. But I have mainly XRP and XLM because those are the leaders, and then a little bit of HBAR. Okay, what else am I missing? I mean, I have a lot of smaller bags, but I think those are off the top of my head. Yeah, like I have some gaming coins, like now is okay, ROI version, why can't I talk? ROI wise, gaming and metaverse are probably the best ones you're going to get once we go into the bull market. You're going to get the best return, but it's just like, man, those also drop the most too. And we are definitely going through the down part of the roller cycle now. So it's just psychologically so hard to buy those right now. But man, I think you would be happy though by this summer. I will say that. You buy Mana, stick to the OGs, Mana, Sand, even GALA. But yeah, those should do well once we are in full crypto alt season is in full swing. That's what I wanted to say. But that is far away. Again, I'm predicting the summer, and that's still far away. But of course, you want to buy it before the summer, right, to get the value out of it. But still, just for mental health, maybe focus on the larger cap ones I mentioned first. In the top 10, 20, even in the top 40 or something. Okay, I'm sure I have more, but off the top of my head, I think that's pretty good. Oh wow, this has already been going on 20 minutes. All right, any final questions before I head out? But yeah, guys, if not, just hang in there, be strong. Do not, and I repeat, do not, non-financial advice, do not sell your cryptos for gold right now. That is the absolute worst. If anything, do the opposite. Not financial advice, but yeah. Just hang in there. We'll get through it. It's a good sign. Oh, by the way, it's a good sign. Talking to my parents the other day, and I helped them get crypto a while back, and they're talking about selling it, like, oh, there's no guarantees, and it just keeps going down, and they're asking me how to sell it and when to sell it, and so I take that as a good sign in terms of like, well, that's how we're getting close to the bottom. When my parents, who like they don't know anything about crypto, I just kind of I help them with it. When them and a couple other my friends who just, again, they're just more like fair weather fans. They don't really study it. They just kind of want to buy it when everyone else is buying it, and vice versa for selling. So when they're ready to sell and they just want to get out and they've had enough of it, we know we're at the bottom or close to it. So yep, almost there. Thanks for hanging out. Like and subscribe really helps the channel. I really appreciate if you give this a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too. I will give one back at you right now. But yeah, man, having a crypto channel like now, any kind of social, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, it's not so easy because like no one actually wants to talk about something that just every day you see it and it's like gone down, which I fully expect to change as the cycle reverses soon. But oh, there's my mom right now. Speak of the devil. Asking me how to sell crypto. But yeah, no, yeah, we're just treading water now, guys. Just stay above the surface. Just hang in there a little bit longer. We're gonna do this together. Okay, so yeah, thanks for hanging out. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and comment if any questions. You're watching this later. You have any questions come up? I always read all my comments, and we'll respond to them. So have an awesome day, and hopefully you survive this, because you will be very happy later this year. Mark my words. Or even probably by the end of February. I think we're going to be much higher by then. We're going to have gotten through the worst of it. But now it's just like we're going through the rapids. So